Every school has rules. At Blackgate High, most of them are unwritten. Don't stay after dark. Don't open locker 108. And never eat the chicken tenders on a Friday unless Berrien has personally blessed them. But for 1 week, the rules were forgotten. Because for 1 week, the watchmen were gone. Topher Mallet and Berrien, the school's unsung heroes, were attending a week-long faculty leadership conference in Vermont. Team building, icebreakers, hotel buffets, torture in its own way. Back at Blackgate, the absence of order was immediate. The principal scrambled. Faculty shuffled schedules, and 2 names were pulled from the long-forgotten substitute list. Dolph Tonte and Saul. Retired, ancient, beloved by some, feared by others. They arrived Monday morning like ghosts from a bygone era. Dolph in cargo shorts and a "Tenure is Forever" t-shirt. Saul with a briefcase full of VHS tapes and an autographed photo of himself with Billy Joel. By third period, the school descended into uneducated chaos. They didn't teach. They didn't try. Instead, they showed movies. The Goonies, Caddyshack, Jaws, sometimes on loop, sometimes fast-forwarded. They told wild stories from their days as full-time faculty. Tales of sneaking beers into staff meetings. Of a student riot in '93 that ended with a goat in the cafeteria. The students loved it. The administration looked the other way. But by Wednesday, they were gone. No goodbyes, no sub-reports, no sign of departure. Their cars remained in the lot. Their phones went straight to voicemail. A janitor found Saul's briefcase melted under a radiator. Something was very wrong. And that's when Dr. Waffleiron stepped in. A man of peculiar taste, film professor, visiting lecturer turned long-term faculty, known for his long monologues about cinematic purity and his hatred of digital projection. He was also known for one more thing: the smell of waffles. No one knew why he always carried a Belgian waffle maker in his leather satchel, or why his office smelled like burnt sugar and skin. But when Tonte and vanished, Dr. Waffleiron suddenly became more present, volunteering to cover classes, replacing Finding Nemo with Nosferatu, staring too long, speaking too softly, smiling too wide. On Thursday morning, a junior named Eva Plemont went to retrieve a Chromebook from the old AV storage closet. What she found instead was a theater. Not just a projector on wheels. A full room, curtains drawn, screen glowing. Rows of theater seats bolted into the floor. Red velvet. Buttered popcorn in tins. A single reel-to-reel projector flickering. On screen, Dolph, Tonte, and Saul, tied to chairs, duct tape over their mouths, their eyes open, glued to the film, as if forced to watch themselves perform, as if they were being directed. "Now say it again," came a voice from the speaker system. Calm, cold. "Only I show the movies." Eva ran, the room locked behind her. When faculty searched, the theater was gone. Just an empty supply room. Dusty, silent, but the smell of waffles still hung in the air. Rumors spread like wildfire. A substitute killer. A cinephile executioner. A man who couldn't stand amateurs pressing play on films he considered sacred. The students gave him a name: the Waffle Reaper. On Friday, Dr. Waffleiron held an emergency film theory session in the auditorium. The lights never came back on. 3 students were later found locked in the prop closet. muttering quotes from Scream 2 and holding buttered remote controls. And then, on Friday night, Rod and Topher returned. As they stepped back into the school, the hallways were too quiet. No laughter, no chaos, no AV cards, just the faint sound of an old film reel turning, somewhere deep beneath the floor. They followed it, down through the boiler room, past the maintenance crawl spaces, to a wall. That wasn't on the blueprint. Behind it, a door. Behind the door, a velvet curtain. And behind the curtain, a single warm theater seat, still pressed down, still warm. As if someone had just stood up. On the projector, a final frame. Coming soon, the final cut. Topher turned to Rod. "We missed a hell of a week." Rod nodded. "We're never leaving again." But in the shadows behind them, the smell of batter filled the air, and the Waffleiron hissed.